everyone? Philly True Crimes back at you. And y'all, look at this. Ex-Philly police officer sentenced to at least 8 years in shooting death of a 12-year-old. A fired Philadelphia police officer who pleaded guilty to murder in the shooting of a fleeing 12-year-old boy was sentenced Monday to at least 8 years in prison. Edsal Mendoza, a 5-year veteran of the force who was fired a week after the shooting in 2022, pleaded guilty to third-degree murder in April in the shooting of Thomas T.J. Siderio. Mendoza said in court that he felt sorrow and regret just before he was sentenced to 8 to 20 years. He originally was charged with first-degree and third-degree murder and voluntary manslaughter, but agreed to a plea deal. A message seeking comment was left with his attorney, and exact details of the sentencing provisions weren't immediately available. Prosecutors said the 12-year-old boy was on the ground and unarmed when Mendoza fired the fatal shot into his back. Police said the youth had first fired a shot at an unmarked police car, injuring one of 4 plainclothes officers inside. The boy threw a gun down about 40 feet before he was shot and then either tripped or dropped onto the ground, according to authorities. Philadelphia Police Attorney Larry Kranzner said surveillance video contradicted some of the officers' statements that included Mendoza's account that the boy pointed a gun at him and that he was standing in the street when he fired, rather than almost over him in the sidewalk, according to information prosecutors presented to a grand jury. 4 officers have been in an unmarked car looking for a teenager they wanted to talk with about a firearm investigation. Police have said they saw Siderio and an unnamed 17-year-old and maneuvered the car around the block and next to them to initiate the stop. Prosecutors said that almost at the same time the officers turned their red and blue lights on, the shot came through the back passenger window and ricocheted around the car. The officer was treated for injuries to his eye and face caused by broken glass. Mendoza and another officer on the passenger side got out and fired 1 shot each, according to the police. Mendoza then chased Siderio down the block, firing twice and striking the boy once in the back in what prosecutors say was relatively close range. Wow. So 8 years for killing a 12-year-old. Now, how a 12-year-old has a gun and wants to decide to shoot at a car is beyond me. Perhaps the 17-year-old, I mean, who knows? Maybe the 17-year-old did it. I don't know. Because a lot of the story they said here was not true. What the police said, I guess they're saying that the police said that the little boy was pointing the gun to him, and then why would you lie about that? Good and well they're going to find out. I mean, if he's saying that he pointed the gun at him and then he shot him, then he wouldn't be shooting him in the back. So I don't know what at what point you decided you're going to lie. I guess after you realize that you screwed up and now you have to lie about it, I suppose. But to stand over a child, now I know he shot at the car. I know that's awful. But obviously a 12-year-old shooting a gun at a child, at a gun, at a car, that's, that means that the 12-year-old is misguided terribly and he needs help, not to be gunned down and murdered in that way. So he stood over this little kid and he just shot him point blank in close range. So that right there is horrific. You know that, as a child, he threw the gun down. Like, if you throw the gun down, if I was an officer, I'd rather, if I'm going to, be after someone and they throw the gun down and there's no more chance of injury or, danger. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was even, hurt in the car. Why would you kill the person? Wouldn't you rather have the person do some time? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you want to bring the person in so they can be punished correctly? I mean, what kind of fate is that? First of all, I mean, if you really want to think like an officer should think, officers are there to, catch the bad the bad people, and get them locked up or whatever they're going to do. Like I said, but this case, the 12-year-old, he obviously needs some help, with some direction. But he chose to just shoot him, to just shoot the kid. Right. Oh, goodness. Luckily, this guy is getting 8 years. 8 years in jail. I don't know, how long do you think you guys think that he'll actually do for this 8 years? Do you think he'll get out early? Do you think 8 years is enough? I don't think it's enough. I don't think 8 years is enough, because he pretty much murdered. If I would have went, or someone would have went and just shot a kid in the back without them being a police officer, who knows how long that person will go to jail. So 8 years to me, no, I don't think it's enough. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Please. Maybe I know Pennsylvania's laws are weird. So, to murder a child, shoot him in the back, gunpoint, like just that close, purposefully, I think that means that it should get way more than 8 years. I think he should be in there. I really do. So, but I'm surprised he's getting anything. So let's be grateful for that, I guess. Rest in peace to this young man, and luckily someone's going to take accountability for what they've done. So guys, remember, as crazy as the world can be out there, remember to keep your light shining bright. Stay safe, do the right thing, and like and subscribe for the latest Philly crime news. We out.